So it's my pleasure to introduce our second speaker. Marshita is from Monash University in Malaysia in the optical imaging platform, and she's the Senior Technical Officer. Marshita is a committee member of Imaging Southeast Asia, which is a non-profit regional bioimaging community, and she's dedicated to advancing core facility management and capacity building with the focus on bridging these gaps in awareness, expertise and infrastructure at both a local and regional level, right? So topics that are very, very important, I think, to all of us. Her role involves fostering collaborations and developing training initiatives that strengthen Southeast Asia's imaging capacity, and she's committed to connecting the region to the global bioimaging community through partnerships and sustainable development. So with that, I'm going to hand over to Marshita, and I'm really excited to hear this talk. Thank you.
Hi, thank you everyone. Good morning. My name is Marshita. I'm from Monash University, Malaysia. Here I am today representing Imaging Southeast Asia, also known as iSEA. I guess by now, most of you have heard a bit about iSEA, don't you? Okay, but do you know that iSEA is not just about imaging Southeast Asia? If you say it out loud, it sounds similar like I see. It's like I see. Yeah. The moment where finally someone gets something, when the idea lands, that is the spirit we wanted for our community, for the people to see things clearly. Back. Oh my God, you can see my slides. Okay. Okay, something that we often hear from people is, it's like, wow, it is so impressive to see how fast iSEA has grown. Yes, it took us less than a year. So it started with call of expression in June 2024 with only 2 representatives. One is Graham from Singapore and another one is Satoshi from Malaysia. So a month later, 5 new members joined, including me, myself, and we had our first virtual meeting. And in January this year, iSEA was officially launched with nearly hundreds of people in the room, with 35 new members from 7 countries. And here we are in November 2025, which is next month, busy preparing for our first regional conference with hundreds of registrations. I can tell you, it is really exciting, it's also humbling, but it also tells us one clear thing. This is just the beginning. Okay, people often ask us, how did iSEA move so fast? I'll give you a simple example. A car that's stuck in the middle of the road, one person struggle, but with a few more hands, suddenly the car moved forward easily. So that's what happened with iSEA. We could not have done it alone. So with the help from the other bioimaging network and partners, they helped us, and we got onto the fast track much more quicker than we imagined. So you're wondering how they help us. So they share their experience. They show us how they build a relationship, how they build connection. They show us how they come out with good training program, how they organize big events and conference. They also shared us their workflow. They kindly help us to avoid mistakes and adapt best practices. They even connected us with experts, with the name, with the people we never ever could imagine that we could reach before. And they shared us ideas, sometimes small, yes, but enough for us to move forward. So what took them longer to develop, so they generously passed on to us less than 1. And because of that, iSEA, we should be really thankful to them for this. Okay, challenges. We could not have done it without any struggles. So we identify a few challenges along the way. The first one is we are still finding right strategies to recruit more members. We know funding and opportunities available through GBI, with generous support from Wellcome Trust, from CZI, So there's Imaging for All initiative, international training programs, job shadowing, and a lot more. But when you look at the application from our region, from Southeast Asia, the response has been very low so far. Yes, it's frustrating, and it forces us to ask hard questions. Are we reaching the right people? Are we communicating the language and format that resonates to them? Or are the barrier deeper? Maybe lack of awareness, or simply because lack of confidence, or maybe because of lack of support, lack of time for the imaging facility, imaging staff to step forward. So these questions keep returning to us, because if we cannot engage with our community, how can we expect to grow and strengthen together? Geography, Southeast Asia is made of a lot of countries, a lot of different countries, different languages, different cultures, thousands of islands and communities with different level of access to resources and to infrastructure. So imaging facility and researcher across this landscape, they often work in isolation, in silo. So this isolation, they shape the culture for a long time. Each group, they prefer to work with their own challenges, with little connection to others. So changing this culture is also one of our biggest hurdles. When we are talking about challenges, it can be overwhelming at a time, but we know that it is not unique to us. Some other young bioimaging, they may have gone through the same struggles too, and well-established one, they have already faced them, and they have already come out with a few good ways to overcome them. So what I'm looking forward to these 2 to 3 days is to connect and collaborate with you, group of experts. So I would love to listen on your experience. Perhaps we can exchange ideas and we can explore ways to how you can help us to tackle this problem. Yes, iSEA exists today because of community. Because right now, much of what drive iSEA is the patient and volunteer energy. Passion is powerful, we know that, but it cannot carry us forever. So we have to be realistic. If we want our community to outlast our enthusiasm, we must find good ways to secure consistent support from investor, from sponsor, from institution. So all of us, we can work together and we can build something consistent, something stable, something that can serve the researcher for decades to come. Yes, it's the sustainability, but it is not just about money. It's about recognition, commitment, and also trust from the stakeholders who believe in the value of bioimaging in science and society in Southeast Asia. Before I wrap my session, I would like to leave you with this thought. If iSEA can grow this much in less than a year, just imagine what we can achieve in the next 5. That is so exciting, right? Okay, I would like to take a moment to thank everyone who have been supporting us directly and indirectly from the very beginning. There are a lot of familiar faces on the slide. A person who first came with the idea of building this community, Leong is there. Active community member, so we have Graham here. And expert who kindly share their insight with us. People who will work with us for our upcoming conference next month, and to the expert who kindly and generously helped me preparing this talk. So I would like to thank everyone for being part of this journey. And for that, I am happy to take questions from the floor. Thank you.